Good evening, Beat88 here, Brian. I'm doing a little video here on this Cobra 25 LTD ST I've done before on the group's YouTube channel. It's technically one of the group's radios, one of SA2WRG's radios. However, I'm the president, I'm storing it. No, not gonna go there. We're going to set this up, and I actually should disconnect the microphone because I was going to do a video of connecting, hooking it up, making sure SWRs below 1.5, you know, making sure it's all tip-top shape, and help you guys read a power meter here. So, first things first, we're going to make sure the radio is turned off. You don't need to touch any other knobs, just make sure your radio is turned off, just in case there's a surge. This is the 3-pin plug. See, positives on the right side. There is 2 for the negative. Technically, negative is only this far left one. That one in the middle is just for safety, just so you can't reverse it. And with this little notch out on them, you can't. However, the square ones that are similar to this, I've actually reversed it. Thankfully, there was a fuse, so I didn't blow up the radio. You're going to connect your antenna. This is just a dummy load, but it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Okay. Plug your microphone in, otherwise you ain't going to receive anything on this radio. I'll be right back. Actually, I'm sure this is not too... I'm sure someone can figure this out. But there's that little notch right there on the microphone connector. This is on the microphone. That little notch out there on the radio. You're going to make sure those 2 notch outs align that they go into each other. There you go. And that screw there is on the top. We're going to screw that in righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And you still see the radio is plugged in and not turned on. I'm going to turn your radio on. On this radio, it's this knob, not this one. It gives you that right there on each one that has it, but it's only this one on this radio. Power's on. That green right there means receive. Microphone should work. Yep, it does. Make sure your squelch is on, so it's all the way to the left. You can turn your volume up a little bit. But your volume is not turning on, so gotta figure out what that is all about. Interesting. Oh, there we go. It's just a dummy load, so it's not gonna have much to anything. So I'm going to have to turn the volume up most of the way. Make sure it's on CB/A&L, auto noise limiter. You don't want PA yet, we'll get into that, even though everyone should understand PA means public announcement. Noise blinker actually would help the volume not being up all the way because it blinks out noise. This radio has this cool feature of it dims it. Channel 919, but we want that on norm. You don't need the sound tracker on. Want the RF gain pretty much to the right so you can hear the static on this radio. Now let's go to the SWR meter and make sure we got 1.1. Okay. Watts meter. I don't know why it's only doing... Oh. We want that on the 10 watt scale. Which means it'll only go to 10. That means 100 is 10. So, it's doing a little less than 4, which is fairly good for an AM only radio. Now, this is pretty much the same how you would set up a sideband radio. I should have said that in the beginning, I'm sorry. The same way you would set up a sideband radio. When you're testing SWR on a sideband radio, unless you can whistle into it constantly, or have something in the background that constantly makes it have a dead carrier all the time, it needs to be on AM when you're testing the SWR, and I don't care what anyone tells you. It's the best way to do it for a beginner. It's just to switch your sideband rig to AM, the amplitude modulation, and there I go. Now, it's dead keying about 4 watts. You can see I can get to go a little over 4 when I modulate, or like whistling. There's nothing else I can do. And when setting up your dynamic, your mic gain, whatever it may be on a radio, you're going to want it about 3/4 of the way. I prefer not to run it any higher, just so you don't blow up your radio / overdrive it. You don't want to do any of that, because well, it's a brand new radio. You don't want to do that. So now we got SWR of 1.0 because of the being on a dummy load, and 4 watts. Now our radio is set up and we can go to sideband. If you have sideband on your radio, you can shoot a little bit of DX. Commonly, we use 38 lower sideband. The group SA2WRG uses 40 upper sideband for our calling frequency for our net every Wednesday night, which you can always reach me at 88upbeat@gmail.com for more information about that, or on the group's website. You can email the group. You can email. That's about it, really. Can't think of anything else for this video. It's been fairly long. Just wanted to show you all how to set up your radio. Make sure you got an SWR of at least below 1.5, but you know, this SWR is spot on. There's nothing wrong with the dummy load, even though you can't get out with a dummy load. You should be using antenna just for testing purposes. Anyways, Beat 88, Salem, Oregon, waving a hand and letting y'all know that I hope to hear you out on the radio. If you just recently got your radio set up and you happen to be watching this video, I would love it if you would comment down below with your new AM handle and sideband handle. I'd love to see what y'all have picked out for handles and call signs, stuff like that. Beat 88 saying bye-bye.